Welcome in, everyone, to our first TK's Take Big Blue Madness 2023 edition. Big Blue Madness just wrapped up, and Kate and I are hopping on here to give you our very first sort of rapid reaction TK's Take thing, as we're calling it, Kate. And this is going to be the first of a lot of these videos that we're going to make about a lot of different stuff, football, basketball, you name it. Might even do some volleyball, cheerleading, who knows. Got to see the cheerleaders a little bit tonight. Hopefully they can get back to their national championship.
Cheerleaders, dance team, a little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
dance team, anything, we'll give it a go. But so Big Blue Madness 2023 just wrapped up. Caden, just to give our initial kind of reactions here, two things stood out to me from the night. The most exciting things for me were, one, when Emma King came out and put the cowboy hat on. I thought that was goated. That was a goated move by her to come out. Everybody else was doing rap. She comes out, brings the country music, brings the cowboy hat. She's rocking her thing. I really like that. I also actually really liked how they had all the women's coaches there and they all passed the torch. I thought that was pretty cool. Because normally, to be honest, Caden, the women's basketball thing, typically fans don't get that excited about that portion of the Big Blue Madness, but I did think that part was actually cool.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, it was all about people watched the women's stuff because it was all about the Matthew Mitchell dances. Like he dressed up as like different people. Didn't he do Elvis one year, and then
He did
he did
Elvis,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson, I think. But yeah, I really liked the passing the torch thing too. I honestly didn't know of most of those coaches, so it was good to see. But yeah, and Maddie Scher, is it Maddie Scher? Scher's the last name.
And Cher, she's the
She killed it.
sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
So I learned
what a
something new about
Swiss.
the women's basketball team today.
She's a Swiss Army knife, as they said. I think that's what they called her. It's a Swiss Army knife, and she shot like it. Emma King's also a good shooter. Yeah, the other person that shot, wasn't as sharp of a shooter. She wasn't as sharp of a Swiss Army knife, but that's okay. We got at least two shooters, I think. Maybe it's just a bad showing. What was her name? I forget.
It was
Something.
start with an
Something
S.
start with an S.
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Anyway, that shows you how much we know about Kentucky women's basketball. But anyway, let's move on to the other thing that really got me hype. And Caden, that was undoubtedly when DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie, came out and introduced Coach Cal. I mean, I feel like that was the energy juice that this fan base needed. It wasn't Drake, it wasn't even Big Z. It was DeMarcus Cousins coming out and doing his thing. And Caden, he doesn't seem like he's changed a bit.
No, the way he speaks, the way he acts, I think it was great. And I honestly, Coleman, whenever I saw him, I was like, "Let's go. We got 4-on-4 tonight. Maybe that's why DeMarcus is there to fill in that fifth spot.
Yeah, he's gonna fill in that fifth spot.
I want to see him shoot some threes and be dunking on people. When he played for us, he was unstoppable. So I kind of expected to see that again tonight. Why not? And then Michael Kidd Gilchrist was there handing out awards. So let's throw them both in. I don't see the big deal.
I think Dominique Hawkins was there too.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, Caden, I didn't have on the bingo card was Joey Hart winning the dunk contest. Didn't really have that in the cards tonight, but he did. And Michael Kidd Gilchrist gave Joey Hart the trophy, which I think that's new. Have there ever been trophies for these contests at Big Blue Madness before? I don't think there have.
I don't think so, but those trophies were nice.
They
you
were
hear
nice.
them? They asked did they ask Antonio Reeves after he got the 3-point one? They said, "What are you gonna do with this?" He said, "I'm gonna put it in my room."
Put it in my room. I mean, that's what I would
crack
do.
Me up.
I would take that. I would put it in my room. I mean, where else are you going to put it? You're going to put it in your fridge?
I love that answer. That's all he said. I'm going to put it in my room.
I'm going to put it in my room. I mean, that's the only spot that you can put it.
Like a boogie answer.
But speaking of Antonio Reeves, what a performance in the 3-point contest. Okay, now I hope that he's that clutch this year. Obviously, didn't have a great end of the year last year. Didn't have a great showing in the Kansas State game. But hopefully he bounces back from that, and hopefully he's clutch, and he can help us make a run in the tournament this year with that kind of shooting.
Yeah, his first round, he got 26. I think his score was 26, and it just felt like everyone took their turn, and Antonio Reeves was like, "All right, let's show him how it's done." been here, done
Reach.
that. So I want to see that confidence all year. I think he's going to have that confidence. They were saying that the freshmen were texting him, like trying to get him to come back, saying like, "We need you." And can you imagine like how much confidence that would instill in you to just receive that from younger players? So I think he's going to be the leader we need.
Reed Shepard was another guy. It didn't shoot the ball quite as well as Reeves did, but I mean, who can shoot as well as Reeves, honestly? So that happened. Did we have a Joey Hart appearance in the 3-point contest? I don't know that we did. See,
I'm not sure that we did either.
I
There were
thought Joey
several.
Hart, if you told me Joey Hart was going to win a competition tonight, I thought it would have been the 3-point
Yeah.
contest because that's sort of why we brought him in, was to be this sharpshooter. The other thing, Caden, Aaron Bradshaw and Ugana and Yinso, I mean, I didn't see him play, obviously, but they look fine to me. They're able to walk. They weren't limping. I don't get the whole injury thing.
Yeah, at least throw them in one of the competitions or something, like, aren't they practicing already with the team?
Yeah, and even Big Z. Why don't we see Big? I mean, the one thing I feel like Big Blue Nation wanted to see tonight is Big Z. I mean, you heard the crowd go wild when he was introduced. I even went wild on my couch. And Cal gets the mic at the end of the night and kind of says, "Hey, you want to see Big Z play in person for the first time? Come out to the Blue White game next week." Which I'm glad he's going to play next week. But Caden, I wanted to see him a little bit tonight. I mean, I think that's one thing that was a little bit disappointing for me.
Yeah, it cracked me up again. Did you hear the commentator? I guess it was it Jimmy Dykes said, "Yeah,
Yeah, Jimmy Dykes.
Big Z doesn't know whether he's in Canada, Kansas, or North Carolina right
Yeah,
now."
yeah, he
That was
doesn't.
kind of the look on
Yeah,
his face. He was just like, "This is cool.
yeah, this
I
is.
don't know where
Here
I'm
I
at.
am.
This is cool." He seems like a good
And
dude
whatever
though.
intro song. Oh, he does. I mean, how
It's
could
in
you
a
not be a
different
big?
language.
Yeah, it was like whatever his intro song was. Well, it was some kind of like, wherever what is he from, the Czech Republic? Is that where he's from?
Croatia,
It's,
right?
oh, he's from Croatia.
He's the
Okay.
Croatian sensation.
That's right. I mean, how could I forget that he's the Croatian sensation? Big Z, the Croatian sensation. Yeah, whatever it was is like some kind of Croatian music. I dug it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And Caden, I honestly forgot that Brendan Canada was on the team, but he came out too, and I was like, oh yeah, Brendan Canada is still on the team. So I don't know if he's going to play, but yeah, I'm glad he's still here, kind of thing.
Yeah, same. Did you see Kareem Watkins with the t-shirt shooter? He
I
walked
did
out
see
there
he
and he
walked
shot
out with a
one
t-shirt.
t-shirt and that's it.
Yep. That's what Kareem does, man. He jumps over Brady in Instagram videos and he shoots the t-shirts,
Yep.
which we did get the side-by-side shot of Brady and Big Z, and I thought that was also one of the highlights of the night for sure.
Yeah,
We're
that
gonna
was
have to put that
awesome.
up
Didn't
on
they
the
say
page.
they bought Big Z a steak dinner as soon as he got here? Try to put some weight on him.
You've gotta, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Brady on his Instagram posted like 5 hours ago today. Big Z working out, lifting weights in the weight room. So we're
Good. Already
already
getting
trying to get
started.
weight on Big Z. And
Damian
Caden,
Collins meal plan.
yeah, he might even need more calories than Damian
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
honestly, because somehow he's even skinnier than Damian Collins. But it was a good night. It got us excited about the year. Caden, how do you think this Big Blue Madness compares to previous Big Blue Madnesses? Like, do you think this gave you a little bit more of the excitement and the old school Big Blue Madness vibe, or do you think it was more of the same?
I think a little more than past recent years, but Coleman, it's still not like back in the day. We knew we were gonna get two things. We are gonna get a bunch of dunks, high flying dunks, because everyone could dunk back then, and we also knew our cheer team was gonna be incredible.
Yes, we did.
Those are the two things we could count on every single year.
Every single year. You knew we were going to be able to dunk. Yeah, some of these dunks tonight were like, what's going on? Again, didn't have Joey Hart winning the dunk contest in the cards, but it's like, I don't even know what we were doing. We looked
High
like we couldn't
flying
even dunk
dunks
a
and high
basketball.
flying cheerleaders. That's the better way to put it. But
Yeah,
I did see where the
that's
cheerleaders weren't they runner ups last year? So that was good to see.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're
they're
getting
getting back to
closer.
where they were. Yeah.
They're getting back to the gold standard. Maybe the basketball team is related to the cheerleaders in that sense. Maybe when the cheerleaders start winning the national championship again, that's when we'll start winning the national championship again. And it was a good night, and we're excited about Kentucky basketball. Once again, it's a new year. There's new hope. And the next basketball thing on the calendar is next Saturday at Northern Kentucky University. It's the blue-white game. We're going to get to see Big Z for the first time, and we'll probably do another one of these videos to do a little TK's take on the Kentucky basketball team, getting to see them for the first time since Canada. And yeah, Caden, it's going to be a good year. Can we just manifest that? We're going to win the national championship.
Gosh, I hope so. At least a Final Four. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's do it. For Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, this has been TK's Take, and we'll see you next time. Go Cats.